Hey there folks, it is Rob and welcome to my very first response video. This is dedicated to Coolduder, Sean C. Phillips, a video that he did 17 years ago. This guy's been on YouTube for a long time and he was actually one of the first movie reviewers and movie collectors that I can remember. And I was familiar with Sean through his vlogs that he would do with MJ, going to see, or around the towns, going to see, movies and messing around, going into the malls and stuff. So that's how I got familiar with him. And then I started to watch his Don and Murph stuff after that and his movie reviews and collection videos. Well, one of my favorite videos that he did, again, it was 17 years ago, was my DVD collection, the top goriest gross out horror films. So I wanted to do a response to that, but the thing is, I have a huge list of movies that I personally own that I feel are the top goriest films. So this is actually going to be in parts. So this is going to be like part one or volume one or whatever. And because I don't want the video to be too long, but this is just my personal picks for top goriest gross out films. Now, they don't necessarily have to all be horror either. That's a little thing I'm changing because his title was top goriest gross out horror films. Most of these are horror, but I'm going to add some that are not horror. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, this is going to be the first part. I'm going to list some movies, like I said, that are, in my opinion, some of the top gory, gross out films. So let's start here with Bouquet of Guts and Gore. This is the 3-disc limited edition DVD, American Guinea Pig. I would say that this movie itself is runner-up for maybe the goriest film ever made. This is gorier than a Serbian film. I think it's gorier than Dead Alive. It is basically a snuff film that's feature length. So yeah. But it's definitely gory. I'm gonna do a video of maybe reviewing it, just to show you guys, or maybe, go over a little bit about it. So that would be the first one. Next up is Little Cory Gory. Even has it in the title. This film is crazy. It's a lot of fun too. It's very cheesy, but Cory finds himself in these situations where something happens to a person and then it just, I don't know, he's always finding himself that way to where he needs to hide a body and then actually starts to chop the bodies up and tries to hide them, and there's nosy people and stuff. So this is pretty good gore effects and stuff. Next up is Feast. Now, you could say the entire series is gory, but the first one definitely is. It's the most memorable one, in my opinion. But I like the Feast series. I don't know. Kind of an underrated series. Next up, I'm going to say VHS 2. I would say the zombie sequence and the cult. The cult sequence is definitely gory. But yeah, there's definitely some gory sequences here. I would say VHS 2, I mean, some of the later sequels can be gory, but I still think VHS 2 has the goriest segments out of the whole series. So the zombie one is great. And of course, I'm going to mention Hatchet. You know, I would say the entire series is pretty gory. The first movie, though, when he rips that woman's face, like he pulls it back, is just, it's crazy. Um, but yeah, Hatchet is just a bloody good time for sure. I'm going to list the very first Hellraiser. And again, the Hellraiser series is known for its gore. But yeah, who can go wrong? We have such sights to show you. Next up, I'm going to say Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. Now, out of the the Wrong Turn series is definitely gory, but I still stand by that Wrong Turn 2 is the goriest out of all of them. Wrong Turn 4 could be a runner-up on that. Maybe even the first movie, but this one, I mean, that whole third act when they're in that abandoned factory or whatever it is, and they're, you know, there's guts everywhere, and they're sitting around the dinner table eating, you know, guts, and it's that right there just ramps it up. So it's like a scene out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but ramped up. So now this one is not really gory, it's just disgusting, and I agree with Coolduder on this one, and it is the Worm Eaters. It actually shows people with worms in their mouths and they're chewing them. There's a lot of, it's actually like a little montage and a few segments of people like eating worms. It's it's pretty disgusting. I wouldn't say that this is a good movie, but it's a comedy, but it's definitely disgusting. When I was watching, I'm like, oh, this is man, I've never seen anything like it. That's for sure. Of course, everyone knows this one, Bad Taste. There's a lot of great gore scenes in this. Right there, winner Gore Award, 17th Paris Festival of Fantasy and Sci-Fi. I don't really need to go too much into this because y'all know how gory this movie is. It's a lot of fun. This might be a contender as well as the goriest movie ever made, and it is the Tokyo Gore Police Lethal Force Edition. This is just an all-out crazy movie. It's kind of weird, but it's just balls to the wall crazy. I talk about Worm Eaters. I've never seen a movie like this. It's crazy, guys. Like, I can't stress this enough. If you haven't seen Tokyo Gore Police, you are missing out on the entertainment value. It is so entertaining. And again, crazy. Yeah. You can get this on Hamilton Book, I think, for like a couple of bucks. Brand new. So another one is, of course, Slime City. Love that cover with the green and everything. Another gory movie. Gore effects are done really, really well in this movie. But yeah, it's another one. And to wrap up this part, I'm going to show one that is considered to be the goriest film ever made, and that is Dead Alive. I disagree with that. I think it's, this movie would definitely make the top 10 most goriest films. It would definitely make the top 10, but I don't think it's number one. Like I said, there's a lot of different ones that I feel are more gory than that. Now, this movie really ramps it up in the third act. A guy starts to kill these people with a lawnmower, a push mower. He basically turns it over and uses the blade and starts to, chop people up. And there's just stuff all over the walls and the ceiling and the floors and everything like that. So the third act, it's just really crazy with that. But yeah, I'm not saying it's definitely gory. It's definitely there's some great gore effects. I think the effects are even better than Bad Taste. But yeah, that's, again, considered to be the goriest film. So, Dead Alive. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for this part. I'll be back with more gory films, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. So stay tuned, and shout out to Coolduder, Sean C. Phillips. Yeah, Rob signing off. See you guys next time.